What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. I know. But I'm ramping up YouTube again here in 2025, as well as a whole bunch of content dedicated to pistol shooting, specifically USPSA. So if you're here for that, or if you're here for the trigger and you stay for the USPSA, that's what I'm talking about. But we're gonna get into this. This is a Timney Triggers Alpha competition. Specifically, the internal pivoting safety. So not the standard blade safety like this one I have here, but the internal pivoting safety. I'll get a quick video of that just so everybody knows. Unloaded, both firearms on the table, unloaded. But internal pivoting safety. So not your standard Glock, to where you have the blade in the middle that hinges and then you get to the trigger. This one is, I don't know if I'm going to call it better because I haven't shot their standard trigger shoe yet. But I put about 1,200, 1,300, 1,500, somewhere in there. I've shot 7 or 8 competitions with this thing and then had 4 or 5 training range sessions. I don't really track my ammo that much. So give or take somewhere in there, 1,300 rounds. I haven't had any problems with the trigger. I have had one, I don't know if I want to call it a double tap, but we'll just let it play real quick. And again, you watched it in slow motion. It was a very quick pop up that did not feel like it was my trigger press. But other than that, the triggers ran flawlessly. I haven't had light primer strikes. I haven't had any other issues that people have maybe talked about or complained about. I find the reset nice for dry firing compared to a standard Glock trigger that just stays pinned to the rear. So an odd added benefit that I didn't know that I was getting out of it. Timney did send both of these triggers out to me. I reached out. I was getting really deep into USPSA. I'd probably been shooting for 2 months, C class. Just won Area 4 C class for carry optics. And I was like, hey, I want to step up my pistol just a little bit. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I haven't done anything since then, except for get rid of my sight mark optic that I was product testing. Put about 5,000 rounds through that. Whenever it comes out, I'll do a video on it just because it's deserved. It was a hell of an optic. But the optic and the iron sights, which the iron sights don't matter. I'm shooting competitions. I have a gigantic window red dot. I just like the Ameriglow all black irons on there. But other than that, I mean, relatively stock Glock 17. Still got chalk on here. Unloaded magazine right here. Besides my Terran Tactical base pads, optic, iron sights, my trigger is really the only meaningful upgrade performance-wise. And I mean, you know what they say about Glocks and reliability. The more you start changing things, the more likely you're going to have problems. You run into reliability issues. So I'm not going to be changing out any of my springs or my guide rod or my barrel or anything like that. I might do a CAGWorks extended slide release until it happens in a competition where my slide doesn't lock back, which I shouldn't be shooting till lock back anyways. I'm probably not going to buy one. I will be getting some handle-it grips, some grippy grip tape on there. But other than that, that's how my relatively stock Glock 17 sits for carry optic shooting. Again, the Timney Alpha competition trigger has ran pretty much flawless for me. For 150 bucks, you're getting more performance out of your pistol. And in my opinion, it is a competition use only. Competition use only. They say it on their website. Competition use only. Trigger for your Glock that will boost your performance in competition. Coming from somebody who's shot maybe half a dozen competitions so far. So take my advice with a grain of salt. But B-class trash over here. But so far, I love this thing. I wanted to get out some sort of little review for it, before I swapped it to the external blade, not the internal pivoting, but the external kind of standard trigger shoe-ish trigger that they have. So just wanted to hop on here, give you all a little bit of review. About 1,300 rounds. Again, I'll play the video one more time. It had a little bit of a pop-up double tap, but other than that, I've never had any other problems with this. It might have been shooter induced. I don't know. I've never been able to replicate that, and it's never ever happened again accidentally. If you're in the market, you'd like a competition trigger, you're shooting a Glock, Gen 3 or 4 or Gen 5, I'll have a link to this trigger here, the Gen 3 and 4, in the comments. In the description, we are over on YouTube. If you want to pick one up, go for it. Pretty sweet. I like it. I'm going to continue shooting it. I'm going to put probably 1,000 to 1,500 rounds on the standard trigger shoe and then report back again and kind of give you all a breakdown of which one I like more than the other. If you're a USPSA shooter, want to follow along with my journey, subscribe. If you just like Timney triggers and Glock and carry optics and things of that nature, be sure to subscribe. But on that, I'm out of here.